Good afternoon, everyone. It's Thursday, August 13th. It's about 92, 93 degrees out. As we come upon the tobacco here on the right side, it's looking pretty good, but it needs to be cleaned up, which they might not even do because I don't think they've started here, but a bunch of other places in the county have already started harvesting tobacco. Maybe we'll see some of that on this trip today. I don't know. The other big news is Greta's not with us today. She's feeling a little under the weather, but she'll be fine. And my new camera shows up tomorrow. I'm kind of excited about that. It's a big change. Well, it will be more waterproof than the current one, which I'm pretty sure is not waterproof. And it's got all kinds of new stuff in it. So we'll look forward to that. You'll probably see the first video off of it next week. This is the only one I shoot real current and stuff like that. Everything else has been recorded in the past. So we're gonna run down Ashton Grove down to Brickland and head on down to Bacon Fork and finish with Dundas. Yeah, you see all the, if you look at this stuff over here, you're going to see all the yellow stuff, yellow leaves on the bottom. That's an indication that it's ready to go. One of the indications. I don't know all the ins and outs of growing tobacco, but I know a lot of people that grow tobacco. Talk to them a lot. Kind of got an education here. Somewhat. So on the left here, we're coming up to what was the old cabbage patch and is now a bean field. They crammed 2 crops in there this year. Good for them. Beans will be nice. There's a little corn on the right. But everything they could plant, they planted in beans. You can see the difference over there. There's mature beans. Lots of weeds in it. But it is what it is. Not being critical, just observations. So for any of you that care about the camera and what the cameras I use, the equipment I use, I have abandoned both GoPro and DJI, and everything I run now is Insta 360, OM for my gimbals, and I'll been running an X5 and I'll be running an X6 starting tomorrow. More beans, lots of weeds. I know the weeds are not good for the equipment, especially in the corn. There's some big tobacco there. That stuff's 4 or 5 foot tall in places. It's ready to go. Told you last week I wouldn't be surprised if this stuff was starting to get picked. And the next day after I said that, I saw the school buses, the modified school buses. The farmers have taken, I think there's a company that does it, and converts school buses into harvesting haulers for things like tobacco. I think they're specialized. They just have a big conveyor belt in the back of the bed there, and most of the school bus is cut off, and there's a driver's compartment. That's about it. And they run up and down the roads all through late summer, early fall, loaded with tobacco. More beans, more beans. Yeah, so I know some of those fields over on the west side of the county have been planted earlier. And I've said in the past how weird rain gets here. There's More beans. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say literally it'll be raining out in front of your house and dry as a bone in the back of the house. It's that nuts here. But we've had these big, not in volume, but just big in size storms come over, and they've been hitting the county. I think we've got another half inch this week. It's not much, but, and since it is harvest time, you don't want too much, then you can't get the equipment out in the field. It's a big ass field of soy here, man. Pay attention a little bit, Paul. So the corn won't be for a while yet. And I'm pretty sure most part the beans are going to be last. And I don't think I'll be doing this after the corn's done, so you'll have to trust me on beans. So we're going to turn up here from Ashton Grove on to, whatchamacallit, dang it, I can't ever remember the name of this road. It's Brickland. I knew it started with a B. I've driven on it a million times and it just escapes me. These beans are catching up to everything else in the area. They were planted late. Like I said, all the late beans probably won't be harvested until spring. One of those things. This is not the beans you use for any soybean products that people eat. This is all grown for animal feed, chicken feed, cow feed, duck feed, as is the corn. Corn grown around in this county, the majority of it. I'm not going to say all of it because some can say, oh no, they grow sweet corn here, they grow this corn here. The vast majority of corn is what they call dent. And dent corn has, if you peel it and pull back in the kernels, they'll have a little dent in the top. That's why it's called dent. You don't have to have any fancy names for stuff around here. You're growing sweet corn or you're growing dent. Feed corn, field corn, it's all dent. This guy's running more fiber. Or I should say still running the fiber. I get my fiber in next Friday. I'm happy about that. Such a beautiful drive through here. Which is one of the reasons I come through here. So we're back on South Hill Road here. Going to turn right, go down to Bacon Fork, which is a little bit down the road a bit. Also known as 138. There ain't no traffic here. Everything looks good. As you can tell, there's an election coming up in Virginia here in the not too distant future. I guess November 4th. We already just had the primaries a couple weeks ago. So I'm certainly going to start seeing more and more signs around here. I'm going to turn there, but I'm not going to. Go up here to the church and turn on Bacon Fork this time. I think that's the way we came out last time. Just going to look at it from a different perspective. Maybe go check on the cows. But Greta's not here, so I'll probably just take the split and go check on the corn. No idea who you are. Good boy. I get all them calls. Yeah, we'll give you cash for your business. Yada, yada, yada. I don't need cash for my business at a outrageous interest rate. I don't need cash for my business, so oh, you people, you're terrible. They call you from one number and then 30 seconds later they call you from a different number. It's annoying as all hell. I thought there were laws against that. But that's right, laws are only for people that obey the law. Not the dirtball scam callers. I'm sure they have a great deal on an extended warranty for my vehicle. So, don't need that. And we're going to take a left up here. Antioch Baptist Church we just went by, and we're turning on to Bacon Fork. Ooh, this area is monitored by video. Okay, so gonna run down this road a little bit till we get to Long Branch, I think, that we hit first. I don't remember. Fenced in must be people from New Jersey. You people come from up north and they buy land here, and the first thing they do is put a fence around it. Nobody cares. I'm gonna let Speed Racer here go by. Obviously in more of a hurry than I am in their Oldsmobile. Got another one on my butt. Everybody's in a rush here, man. So I'm gonna pull over again up here, just to let them go by. I put the signal on and you almost rear-end me? You frickin' morons. You really that stupid? Well, look at the car you're driving. It's a shoebox. And now they're not in that big of a hurry. I mean, I was going 50 before. They came up on me like nothing flat. Now I'm going 45, almost keeping up with them. Oh, I need to move farther out into the wilderness. But my wife won't let me. Man, it's hard to see the beans in this field. And then we got some nice looking beans over here on the right. Reedy branch. So we're gonna go through the bacon farm the back way this time. You guys seen it a couple times from the other way. Now you've seen it from this way. It's the same. Looks like they're building something new in the back there. A lot of equipment out. More beans, more beans. I'm going to slow down here a little bit now since I have the road all to myself. Auckland Farm, this is an old property. We used to have cows in the front yard, kind of thing, horses. So we're gonna hijack to the left a little bit up here at the stop sign. Check things out, give me a chance to reset the camera and all that fun stuff. This here's long view. All this tobacco out here. Surprised none of this is getting cut yet. Hasn't been topped either. Wondering if they're going organic on it. And they just might be busy elsewhere. Cut, pick it. A little more beans. So we ain't taking the left onto Gig this time. I don't need to go look at cows. Well, I could. I got an idea here. You know what? Let's go see if the cows are around. At least Greta can look at a video of the cows, so she doesn't totally miss out. Everybody getting home early. More and more tobacco. Like I said, I think all is getting ready to pick soon. So I'm going to take a short trip on the gig here and see if the cows are in a good place to be seen. If they ain't to be seen, we'll just make the right up here and go down Moss. We've never been down there yet, so let's see what's going on. Nope, they're way out there. So, good thing Greta didn't get disappointed. Okay, so we're turning right on Moss, and then we'll go turn on Longview, back on the Longview. Do a camera restart. This way might even work out better. Look how good them beans look. Like I said, the corn is only just growing right now. It's not going to get picked until, like I said, probably late September, October. Still has to die back and dehydrate. I think the corn needs to be right around have a moisture content of like 13%. Pretty sure that's the number. Because they buyers won't take it any higher, and it gets really hard to get it any lower. They have a way to dry it. They have drying silos, but then you're going to be paying a lot of electricity and a lot of propane and such to run the dryer. So best idea is to let the sun do it for you. Beans. There's the corn, all tasseling up. So one of those things, I guess a lot of people don't know, but people who grow corn know, and I know. I don't grow corn. I've grown corn at home. But when you look at corn on the cob and you look at the silk, every kernel of corn has one of the silks on it. That's how they get germinated. Tassels on top, full of pollen, gets caught up in the silk as it drops or gets blown, and then you got plants doing what they do. They make the seeds, then the dry, all that, yada yada yada. But yeah, each kernel has an associated silk. Okay, so we're going to turn right here onto Dundas Road, aka 137. UPS guy headed home. Gotta slow down. Going too fast into Dundas. We used to have a sheriff here that would sit here and wait, because almost everybody speeds through Dundas. She's a sheriff someplace else now, so we're not that worried about it. Turn left onto Pot Springs here. Let's see what's going on down here. Just more soy. The hay's probably about ready to cut. Little land farms. What do they got growing here? No idea who this is. He wants to get over. Okay, he's getting over. You getting over or what? Did get over and stay over. Kind of did the same thing to that guy behind me. That's kind of a butthead move. Okay. So we're gonna go down here on Gig Road. Coming through, gonna make a right onto Sugar Hill. Somebody hanging out at the church. I don't know who or why. It's a sad thing. This church used to be unlocked all the time. Then somebody came in and do some bad things in the church, and I think somebody started living in it, and that caused some issues, and yeah, they weren't being very sanitary, let's put it that way. Okay, so let's see what we got on going down here. Got going on down here. We gotta learn to speak again. Got a lot of activity here. I had to turn around, come back, and redo this because I didn't notice it till it was too late. If you look at the corn over on the right side, you can't really see it from here because the beans are in the way. But you'll notice one thing is all the bottom leaves are gone. Stuff on the right is just being cleaned, but if you look at the stuff on the right, you'll see the bottom foot or so of the plant has been stripped, and those are the first. That's the first harvest, and because those leaves will sit there and drop in the sand and get ucky and not a good thing. But that's the first part of the harvest, and then in a few weeks they'll come back and do more. Maybe even by next week. I don't know. We'll see. So we're going to continue on down the road here. Let's see what the heck's going on. More and more beans. A bit of Sugar Hill hauling. You need gravel, you need dirt, you need compost, you need whatever. Billy's got it for you. So we'll sit back, enjoy the ride for a little bit because there's no farming going on for the next mile or so. Just to the intersection. Cross over Jonesboro here. Oh wait, do I need to go back? Yeah, I need to make a left here on Jonesboro. More fields partially cleaned up, partially not. You definitely see it. Go through more beans here. Clear, clear. More fields partially cleaned up, partially not. You definitely see it. Go through more beans here. Clear, clear. Gonna head on down Pleasant Hill Lane, finish things off. You found it enjoyable. This is some big tobacco here. Stuff is going nice. So, like I was saying before, I'm going to back up here a second. If you look here, where are they? You can sit there and see the bottom leaves are lying in the dirt. So when it rains, they pick up sand, and that's not a good thing, because whatever the equipment they're using is for the tobacco product, getting that sand in, it's not a good thing. So as the rains hit and everything else, and those leaves are done, as you can see, they're just getting eaten now. So they'll come through, do those the first step, and then come and haul the pull bigger leaves. These are looking nice. Cut the hay. Oh wow, they're cutting hay everywhere. All this hay has been cut. I was talking about it last week. All this hay has been cut. It's all in rows. Don't know how long we're going to let it dry. The plans are for it. But it's probably for the cows for the winter. They'll come in with a rake and rake it up into nice piles, and then they'll bale it. It's a process. So all this just got cut last week. In the last week, I should say. Guessing this is going to be cut sooner or later. It's not that long though, so maybe it won't get cut. Back on a little bit quieter pavement here. Okay, we'll continue on our merry way. The grass back there, they haven't gotten here and cut yet. But I'm sure they will. Probably don't want to get too far ahead of cutting, with cutting I should say, because then you'll end up with a lot on the ground and it might drive more than you want it to drive. I don't know a lot about hay and what they do. I just know they cut it, dry it, bale it, and in some cases just leave it out in the field to rot. I've seen that. But those bales over there seem to be holding up pretty well. They've been there, I think that was last year, maybe the year before. But there's a certain level of aging that the cows like. Apparently it ferments and does stuff and changes and mixed it in with corn silage, and they just makes them go crazy. Oh, there's a couple cows on the other side of the pond. So I guess Greta didn't miss that much. I'm sure she'll be back soon enough. Looks like this got cut down here. This got cut and raked. See how nice and clean the piles are? So you cut it, you let it go down there, and then you rake it. Like I said, so all this stuff is all, actually they start baling too. If you look over there on the other side of the field, you see the bales there. Probably have this finished up tomorrow. I'm surprised nobody's out there working it right now. But it's after 4, so gate's open. They might still be working back there where I can't see. But it's all good. And then we look off to the left here. They got all their hay put up, a bunch of their hay put up. So we're about at the end of the road here and the end of the video. I'll leave it at this. Please leave your comments, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. No activity here at the where this house is gonna go. There's some stuff they have to do to remediate it. But we're done. I'll talk to you guys next week. You'll have a good week. Enjoy yourselves. And bye-bye.